Hello, everyone, and welcome to week 12. Finally, we have the videos back, which is good because I really wanted to talk about last week's discussion. I did post some responses to the discussion board, but for some reason, you guys could not see that, and I didn't realize that until I read some of your reflections. But I have reposted those on the discussion board, so if you want to kind of filter through, I have commented on several people's discussions. Um, but it seemed like a lot of people were concerned about this egalitarian relationship. And part of what that is just relating to or believing in the principle that all people are equal and deserve equal rights and opportunities. And a lot of you all said that you didn't really think that an egalitarian relationship was necessary, which was sort of surprising. But based on your comments, I can tell that there was some confusion about exactly what that meant. A lot of you felt like it could be tricky in schools. And so basically, what this means is that just in general, you believe that all people have equal, um, or you believe that all people should have equal rights and opportunities. Now, this isn't to say that in a school, students are equal to the teachers, but it does say that they have equal rights and opportunities. Does this mean that students get to run the classroom? No, but it does mean that students have rights as students to be educated, to be given resources that are necessary, and for teachers to do with all they can do to help their students. Um, there has been an assumption, it seems like, by some that the client cannot be the expert or the client cannot be given this empowerment. But really, what this is saying is that, counselors are experts in the counseling process, clients are experts on their life. And if you give the client the authority to believe that they can make changes, that they are responsible, and that they have this huge sort of responsibility, you empower them to be able to create change. Um, this is something that can easily be used in schools with appropriate boundaries. Um, and you still respect the adult child boundaries. So basically, in feminist therapy, what it does, or the core of it, in this sort of explores concerns such as socioeconomic, religious, spiritual, family messages about gender role, and political views. And I pulled this right from someone else's discussion board post. So basically, feminist therapy recognizes that there are discrepancies and that people don't have the same access to resources or to certain things, but they believe that everyone should, and based on that is how they focus on things. Um, and so, feminist theory doesn't just focus strictly on issues relating to women, but rather for equality across a wide variety of social demographics. This could be race, again, this could be socioeconomic status. But basically, the feminist therapist believes that that counselors have a responsibility to both empower and advocate for clients who have been disadvantaged in some way. And so many of you ask, can professionals and clients truly have an egalitarian relationship? And the answer is probably not. It's really hard to aim for this, but it should be something that you should aim for. In a school setting, this may not feel as normal or typical, but I've seen this work several times in clinical settings or with other adults, and it actually has been very successful. Um, and then I also saw, well, feminist therapy really focuses on other aspects. What do you do when you're required to diagnose? And it's interesting that this question was asked because there are several theories who don't believe in diagnosing. However, we have to diagnose in order to meet the standards put forth by different associations and mental health boards. So we diagnose, but we also take into account that socioeconomic status, religious views, family messages, different things are going to affect that. We may not diagnose someone with a certain disorder if their religion seems to, or if this seems to be more of a cultural thing or a religious thing. So these are just things you need to be thinking about. If you have questions for me specifically about this theory, please email me. One of the reasons it seems all over the place is because there are several types of feminist therapies, and the book discusses it as one one big thing, but it was a great discussion and a good way to start you thinking about some of these things as it relates to diversity. And finally, I have had a few questions about the projects, so I wanted to go over that. The 5 sources from the theory presentation project should be either references in the project, meaning that you're using outside references, not just your textbook, or 5 additional sources that readers can use to learn more. With that being said, you really need to step outside your textbook if possible. Look for the details and guidelines on the project on Blackboard and let me know if you have questions. I have something in your reflection this week where you can respond if you have questions to the theory presentation or the group presentation, so let me know. And then be thinking about your final project in the group. Several of you have said, where will we put everything? Some may be using PowerPoints. I know one group is using a website or a wiki. There are charts, there are other technology tools. I understand that these will be big files. I am willing to comb through them. So just get it all together and let me know. If you want to pull it together beforehand or if you want to pull together most of everything, email me email me your assignment and with questions for feedback. Please do that. Also, send me an email if there is something that you want to get answered right away. I will do a video at the end of the week after you all have turned in your reflections to go over some of the questions that we have just to make sure that everyone gets the same answers. So thanks. Have a great week, and I look forward to creating a new video for you soon.